Hello, this video has been created to help new small businesses in finding the right accounting support. It has been produced by Team Gulf. This video is one of a series of 4 that our team has created for the Masters of Entrepreneurship course, Entrepreneurial Funding 640. I hope you enjoy. The major focus of this video is to help small businesses owners define their accounting needs and learn how a CPA can help them run a business more efficiently. Before we get started, let's have a quick review of a few useful definitions. Accounting versus bookkeeping. Many new business owners think bookkeeping and accounting are the same thing, when in actuality, there's a clear distinction between the two. This confusion is understandable because the accounting process includes the bookkeeping function, but is just one part of an accounting process. Bookkeeping is the recording of financial transactions. For a small business, transactions include purchases, sales, receipts, and payments. Accounting is the creation of the reports and financial statements from the recorded financial transactions recorded by the bookkeeper. To further dive into the subject, let's talk a little more about what accountants do. What is an accountant? An accountant deals with the financial records of a business and interprets them into financial information that helps managers, investors, tax authorities, and others make decisions about allocating resources. I'm sure you've heard the term CPA, but what does it stand for? A CPA is a Certified Public Accountant. This term is used in the United States to signify that the accountant has advanced training and experience in addition to passing the Uniform Certified Public Accountant examination that qualifies them for this title. So how does a bookkeeper vary from an accountant? A bookkeeper, also known as an accounting clerk or accounting technician, does not require the same amount of education or experience. This person records the day-to-day financial transactions of a business, but is not expected to create financial reports or do year-end taxes. In this day and age, most businesses use a software that helps them record the financial transactions. In this case, a bookkeeper is responsible for the entry of purchases, sales, receipts, and payments into the system. The bookkeeper brings the books to a trial balance stage and is the accountant who prepares the income statement and the balance sheet using the trial balance prepared by the bookkeeper. You may be asking yourself, as a small business owner, how should I handle my books? There's 2 main options. You can do it yourself, or you can hire a professional for help. If the company is small enough and the owner has enough time and financial background to do it themselves, there are a number of great products out on the market. The top 2 software systems on the market today are QuickBooks and Peachtree. In addition, there are additional tax and payroll software that makes the whole process easier for those who are not familiar with creating paper ledgers with debits and credits. In many cases, small startups utilize a family member to help out with their books when the business just gets started. Although this may work at the beginning, consider how much of your own time and how much your time is worth, and the legal and financial repercussions of misfiling tax returns or errors in payroll. The second option is to go with a pro. Once you get them on board, they can handle the books for you and you can focus on running the company. A bookkeeper can handle inputting the data and the receipts. Combined with a good software, you can produce a number of financial reports. In general, bookkeepers are cheaper than accountants, and although they don't have the extensive knowledge on setting up books or the expertise in tax law that accountants have. This leads us to the option of hiring a CPA. CPAs are great because they provide a full array of services. Many CPAs will be able to handle your books completely, from taxes to payroll to just regular bookkeeping. Although the cost of a CPA is higher than a bookkeeper, a regular accountant, or your Uncle Bob, you can rest easy knowing that your books are in good hands. Here's a screenshot of a popular accounting software, QuickBooks. It is used around the world and by small to medium-sized companies. There are many different versions from Basic to Pro to Enterprise Edition. And in addition, there are many add-on services that can be ordered along with payroll support. I highly recommend this software as it is simple to use and well known within the accounting industry. This makes it easy to find a bookkeeper or an accountant experienced with the software. As you can see, it has a simple interface and is built to work with a general person with little accounting knowledge. On the home screen, you can see a number of icons that allow you to create estimates, invoices, you can receive payments, record deposits, enter bills, and pay bills. In addition, there's a number of great features, including reports, balance sheets, income statements. You can maintain a list of customers, and other types of great information. QuickBooks also has add-on features that you can add to add payroll and print checks directly from the system. Why spend the extra money on a CPA? Although most small business owners feel they can handle their own books when they're just getting started, there is a downside. The downside is that most new small business owners have little knowledge of the business bookkeeping, record keeping, payroll, or tax reporting. Because of this, hiring an experienced, knowledgeable accountant can add significant value through showing ways to reduce operational costs and increasing revenue. As the company grows, the owner starts to realize the need to outsource certain jobs within the company to allow them to focus their attention on running the company. Too many times an owner refuses to hire help and they find themselves drowning under the pressures to keep everything running on their own. In this case, the costs and benefits of hiring an accounting professional needs to be evaluated closely. What is the value of a CPA? It's the knowledge they bring that can save the company money. Here's a good example. Let's say you're in the business to buy a new vehicle. You're looking between a truck or a van. The two that you've thought about is a Chevy Suburban and a Ford Super Duty van. The difference is if you do have a CPA on staff, they can advise you that any vehicle over 6,000 pounds or more qualifies for Section 179, expensing election. This means you can deduct up to $24,000 of the cost. A passenger vehicle, that's one that weighs less than 6,000 pounds, is only eligible for deduction of about $3,000. Thus, the business owner is going to be better informed and be able to make a more informative choice when deciding between a Chevy Suburban, a 5,700 pound vehicle, or a Ford Super Duty van at 9,000 pounds. Let's say you decided to hire a CPA, but how do you find one that's right for you? A small business owner needs to vet this position thoroughly and not select the first one that they find. The CPA should be experienced, knowledgeable, and affordable. It's a great added bonus to find someone with the experience in your industry, as they'll be a great resource as you get your business started. On a personal note, you want to feel comfortable with your CPA and feel that you have similar viewpoints on how your financial books should be handled. A good advice is that you should hire someone that you're compatible with and you feel at ease. You want to be able to call them up on a moment's notice and ask important questions as they arise. Here's a good resource to check out, the CPAdirectory.com. Right here is the search function. You can enter in the service provided, and so let's say you want to look for a CPA in your area. You can go ahead and you can put your city, the state, and the type of service you're looking for. In this case, I'm looking for someone with business startup experience in the Raleigh area. And the search results shows that there's 3 CPAs in the area of Raleigh. You can now go ahead and click on each individual person, which usually will send them to a link where you can find their webpage. Otherwise, go ahead and Google their information or go to their office of record. Another resource is that if you do have a final candidate and you want to vet them to make sure that they really are a certified public accountant, as they say they are, you can go ahead to the search function, enter their last name, and the state they were certified in. This will show you the results of if they really are a certified public accountant. This is all for today. Thank you for your time.